Good evening, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back with your third and final video blog of the night for August 1st, 2014, around 8:20 p.m. in Belleville, Massachusetts. The sun's going down. Well, it's overcast. We had some downpours. It's going to be a wet day tomorrow. We're going to be dodging some heavy-duty rain showers and thunder showers. Sunday's the pick of the weekend, and that's about it. One little tidbit: the Spurs re-signed guard, center, forward Tim Duncan to a 3-year contract extension worth $43.3 million. He's going to end his career with the Spurs. And another tidbit: Timo Solani's number 8 is going to be retired by the Anaheim Ducks in January. That's good. I knew that was going to happen anyway. My third final video blog of the night is about a former television station in Concord, New Hampshire, which is part of the Boston television market, which includes Manchester, New Hampshire, and Concord, New Hampshire, and Worcester, Massachusetts. It's WNHT TV 21, New Hampshire Television. It was an independent television station and also a CBS affiliate that was on the air for 5 years. It first signed on the air on April 16th, 1984. And it had a format. It was New Hampshire's second independent television station that signed on the air within 9 months. Not about like 9 months before WNHT TV 50 in Derry, New Hampshire signed on as an independent station. And its format was they had a business news format during the daytime, and at nighttime they had general entertainment programming plus movies. Some of the reruns that were on WNHT TV 21 during that time was reruns like Vegas and Charlie's Angels and Fantasy Island and SWAT and Dynasty, Barney Miller, Medical Center, Soap, and others. And Star Trek, they had reruns of Star Trek and other shows, and they were getting some decent ratings. They dropped the business format by mid to late 1985, and they got like the ownership group was owned by the Flaherty Company out of Boston, Massachusetts, and they were getting some decent ratings and also was turning a profit by 1986. And they started to carry some syndicated programs like the Phil Donahue Talk Show and the Oprah Winfrey Show and a few other programming. And also they carried world-class championship wrestling. And the Flaherty Group was doing a survey up in New Hampshire about if they were going to be affiliated with a television network. They couldn't be affiliated with ABC because WMUR had the affiliation Channel 9 in Manchester. They were either going to decide about NBC, CBS, or Fox. They looked about NBC, but NBC had like 3 stations in New Hampshire area that carried it on the cable systems: WBZ out of Boston, WCHH out of Portland, Maine, and WNNE out of like Hartford, Hanover, New Hampshire, and Vermont. And they decided not to go it because it would be an overglutton of NBC stations. They looked at Fox, but that was an upstart network, so they didn't bother. They decided to go with CBS to become affiliated with him, and all the syndicated programs were dropped on WNHT Channel 21 on February 1st, 1988, and they signed on to become the CBS affiliated in New Hampshire. It was the first time a CBS affiliation was in the state of New Hampshire, even though it was still considered the Boston market. But the problem was for WNHT that there were 2 stations competing with them. Was WNEV WNEV Channel 7 in Boston and WGME Channel 13 in Portland, Maine, and both of them had like fairly good cable coverage in the area of New Hampshire where WNHT TV 21 was, and they lost a lot of money. But they started up a news operation in May of 1988, and they had a newscast 6:30 in the morning, noontime, 5, 6, and 11 p.m. But they got no ratings for the newscast. They continued to lose millions of dollars because of them being on cable companies in New Hampshire, all over New Hampshire, and the other stations like Channel 7 out of Boston and Channel 13 out of Portland, Maine, were like beating them in the ratings completely because they were more established, and plus nobody was watching it. And WNHT TV 21 had layoffs by Christmas. They had to cut up like newscast. They eliminated the morning and noon and like 5 p.m. newscast, so it was only down to 6 and 11 p.m. and they were trying to sell the station, but there was no buyers because they didn't want to buy something that was basically losing a lot of money. And by March of 1989, the Flaherty Company decided to pull the plug on the television station at March 31st, 1989. One of the main owners of the Flaherty Company, who owned Channel 21, says this was the toughest decision of his life, even tougher than putting down his German Shepherd to sleep. And on the message on the last day of WNHT TV 21, it said, "We deeply regret that WNHT TV 21 will be going off the air at midnight tonight," which was March 31st, 1989. The newscasts were canceled that day, and they had to preempt the CBS programming the night with reruns of Three's Company. And at midnight on March 31st, 1989, in the middle of the Patch Sajak's show, Channel 21 in Concord, New Hampshire, was taken off the air for good. And it didn't even survive its 5 years. It's sad. I think the biggest mistake that WNHT TV 21 made was going to a CBS affiliation in February 1988. With all the syndicated programming they had, it would have been a better idea if they went with Fox, because Fox only had 2 nights a week, Saturday and Sunday nights. They could have kept the syndicated programming and stuff like that. Fox wasn't, a player back then. I think Fox 25 out of Boston didn't have any cable coverage up past Manchester, New Hampshire. And I know the Fox affiliate back at the time, WPXT Channel 51 in Portland, Maine, didn't even have any cable. They weren't even on cable in New Hampshire that I could recall here. They should have went with Fox. And maybe kind of kept the syndicated programming. And Fox only was like Saturday, Sunday night, so they didn't have to worry about it. And with CBS, they had two established CBS stations in the New Hampshire cable market, Channel 7 and Channel 13. That was a killer. That killed it. And also there was rumors about them trying to get back, that there were rumors they were trying to get back on the air around 1990-91, called by the Boston Phoenix and a publisher named Steve Minderich. They tried to buy the station, but it fell through at the last minute, and there was a rumor that they were going to try to get a Fox affiliation in New Hampshire, but that fell through. Then it was sold in 1991 to Wilson Hickman, who was going to try to get a Fox affiliation again, but they were blocked by Fox 25 in Boston, because Fox 25 finally got on a lot of cable systems in New Hampshire up to the White Mountains. Finally, in 1993, it was sold to Boston University, and and was going to be a relay station for WABU channel 68 in Boston, and we was reactivated as WNBU channel like 21. That it duplicated the programmings for WABU in Boston, but that was a satellite to get WABU all over New Hampshire and Maine and Vermont. Now it's an ION affiliate. It was, that was an interesting time. I think if they were smart, it would have been good if they went with the Fox in 1988. But they wanted to go with a more established network with CBS, and that killed them. But some of the programmings on WNHT 21 when they went independent were pretty good. I think they were pretty good, and that's how things are in the television business. It's very difficult. Well, this is going to be the last time I'm going to talk to you for the night, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. I'm getting a lot of good feedback on these blogs. Somebody told me I'm natural doing this, and that's good. The next thing you'll probably be seeing as a series will be me naming the top 10 players of each original 6 NHL team within the next week or two or so. Something new, something different. And if it's liked, I'll be naming the top 10 players of the other 24 NHL teams out there. It's going to be a real treat doing these stuff, and I have more ideas, more names in the pipeline. I'll be doing video blogs with. I haven't forgot who should be a Hall of Famer. That's going to be coming back in a few weeks. That's going to be coming back in a few weeks. I put it on hiatus, but it will be back. And also coming in August, which is this month, my 2014-2015 NFL picks and previews. In September, I will be doing week by week predictions of every NFL game. Well, if you have any ideas, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, send me a message, and if there's a special shout out you want, PM me and I'll shout it out to you. Good night, Facebook friends and YouTube followers.